was a ramshackle porch in the Briardale projects, offered to war veterans and their families with a prize of cheaper rent. And it's that catty corner across the street from my own shabby smaller porch, but to me it was a balcony at the Taj Mahal. It was the one porch we gravitated to basically, because I was so enamored by what was beyond the porch on the other side of its front door. The neighbor kids all gathered there to talk and play, but she lived there, the most stunning girl I ever knew. She was my girl next door. At least I was hoping she would be in our hood where there were 30 kids per every block. And a lot of them guys, she had a plethora of males to choose from. She also had almond-shaped baby blue eyes and lovely blonde curls, plus a laugh that would crinkle her dimples around the most beautiful porcelain smile. She would tease me 'cause she knew I loved her, asking if I'd marry her, or did I know how babies were made, and other things like that. She loved how I would blush and stand there helplessly, fumbling for the right answers. I wrote her over 100 poems and so many notes, hoping I could woo her with my penciled will. But we both knew where we were headed. The better side of the tracks would not be found just across the street from her house with little old me. She being several years younger, and me being just a project kid with little hope at success. But what wonderful days we shared, and she was always much more than just a friend to me. If I could have stood time still, I would still be there enraptured in her perfection. But it only lasted about 8 years back when fate graced me with her most astounding presence. And then they tore the projects down and we were all split up by society's demands for the removal of an eyesore. But I would give 8 years of my life to be back on that rickety railing with her by my side, laughing and teasing, and her flashing that look that sucked the air out of my lungs, and that made my heart do kick flips over my ribs. First love is truly the best love, and unduly the worst love. Too often a cursed love, because it is fated to always be just our first love. Beginner's luck, which usually wins up, failing to be anything more. I only saw her a few times after that, once when I was in the Marines, home on leave, and she sold me a couple of burgers at McDonald's. And I found out she had a boyfriend, so I went back to my duties one other time in a restaurant where she was with her guy, and I was with my girl, and we said polite hellos and digested all that could have been between our appetizers and our main course, which sadly was in two different directions. Come time to go, sometimes I can still see us sitting out in her backyard in her huge willow tree, cradled in the branches that formed a large room. Just her and I sharing a summer long since faded to the winter of being older, colder, and so distant from the joys of youth unleashed. Back when the world was our lollipop and we were days ahead.